oh, I'm going to retire early like my girl.
Literally.
She's taken off. I don't know if I could do reality. I'm like, babe, you're on a reality show.
You technically do.
Yes. Saw me, messaged me, and he said, hey, how are you? I've never met him in my life. What is this intro? Like, good. You? Like, hello? I screenshotted his profile, sent it to my mom. She's like, oh, he's so cute. You should go out with him. Like, went to the Cheesecake Factory for our first date. We actually fell in love at the Cheesecake Factory. 3 years later, married.
Cheesecake Factory. I feel like that's a good date.
The Cheesecake Factory is a great choice because number one, it's dark. So if they can't really see you too much.
Moody.
Yeah, it's moody. Menu's huge, so there will be options.
Yeah.
You don't have to stress. We need your guys' opinion. Prediction. And
Where it takes us.
This man has just these spidey senses. If I'm sleeping and I were to peek it open, he would wake up and be like, what's wrong? This is my perfect day. We wake up 8 or 9, like a little bit of a sleep in, pop Pilates, come home, hang out or go shop with Brandon. Then we go see a movie.
You like going to the movies.
Love going to the movies. There's so many theaters here that don't have reclining chairs. I'm like, what are we doing?
We gotta get it together.
Yeah. And then dinner. Chill, off my phone 10 more times. Let's do it.
Brylee, welcome to the Squeeze.
Thanks for having me. This is so fun.
I'm so excited.
I'm so excited
to chat and yap and all of the girly things. We start each episode off with this jar, a little game called Citrus Got Real. If you want to pull a little piece of paper out of there.
Let's go for the guy on top. Okay. If your life was a reality show, what would it be called? Oh my gosh. Wow, this is a good question. What would it be called? I don't know what it would be called, but I have a good idea for one. Oh. They should do like a reality show about like Dancing with Stars pros. Like just their
absolutely.
like life.
Yeah.
It's plain and simple.
Yeah. No, I was talking with someone about that, saying that we were surprised that doesn't exist.
I know.
Even if it's just like during, or honestly, it should be like after the show so that there's still more.
I know. I'm curious, like, I think people would be mostly interested to see the behind the scenes of like during filming, but also people are really curious about just like their mundane lives outside of the show.
Yeah.
And so I don't know, I think it could be interesting to see what their relationships are like. Obviously I'm married to a pro on the show, so like that would be really fun.
Yeah.
And just like what they're up to in the off season. Yeah. So
I feel like with because I recently had Alan on. His episode hasn't come out yet.
Okay,
but
cool. So
by the time yours does, it will. And Elaine with the Halloween episode and everything, and her being hurt and how they had taped they had taped the rehearsal, and I was just asking him about it. I didn't realize like I know that it's a whole like camera blocking day, but I didn't like my brain didn't realize that it's like actually like they press record and they're recording it because obviously you see it back, but like it was just something that I never thought of before. So even like things like that, or like when like Andy and Emma have done like Andy like walking into like the little area with his little bags and stuff, like it's just like seeing everything. It's like, oh, this is like cool how
even
works.
for me, like I'm around it all the time, and I didn't think that they actually recorded those moments. Like I know that obviously they probably do because just like the dancers, the crew has to practice like how they're gonna film it and tape it. But then I don't know if you watched the 20th anniversary episode.
Oh yes,
they showed like little clips of like BTS moments even from last season that I'm like, they saved these for an archive. Like this would make for a great just like spin-off show. So hey, I'm ready. Where do I sign?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
I definitely think they should do that. They have to have thought of it.
I know. I've like said it to Brandon just in passing. I'm like, oh, that would be really fun. Like if they ever did that. And he's like, I don't know if I could do reality. I'm like, babe, you're on a reality show.
Technically do.
Yes. And he's like, it's different because I'm just the dancer. And I'm like, okay, fair enough.
No, he is also the talent. He's not just
He's
the
my
dancer.
little star. He's my little
is.
star.
Oh my gosh, that's so fun. Well, I'm so excited to like get into your lore and just learn and hear about you.
Me too. This is so fun.
I feel like life for you right now is like so crazy.
It's so crazy. Actually, like the season started, we moved down to LA in August.
Okay. Is that normal? Do you guys normally come down together for that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So Brandon and I have been married since 2022.
Okay.
And we were dating for like a year and some change before that. And so since we've been married, we've always moved down together. I always will come with him because it's like a big chunk of the year. It's August to December usually.
Yeah.
So the show finishes taping in November, usually around Thanksgiving, and then they rehearse for tour, and then we go home for Christmas, and then he leaves on tour in January, and then he's there until May. Like, it's crazy. So that's like 4 months.
As you're saying this, I'm remembering watching all of your like vlogging TikToks of you like vlogging to like pack and go like see. Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy. But all that to be said, it's crazy to think like we moved here again in August and it's almost over. Like, it's so crazy. I think it's just because there's been thing after thing after thing.
Yeah.
And it cracks me up because Brandon got eliminated week 3. And I'm like, you would think that we would be like not as busy.
Yeah.
No, I think because our schedules opened up, it's like thing after thing after thing, which like we're super grateful for. Like, to be busy is a good thing. But the fact that it's almost over, I'm like, wait a minute. Where did the time go? It's crazy.
I'm like really, I don't know how the time went so fast. Like this season, I feel like I blinked in it.
Have you been watching it?
Oh, yeah. I'm obsessed with it.
You just never know, like, how the audience is feeling about them. Like, sometimes you can feel like you can predict, but, like, there's been so many times, especially with Brandon. Obviously, I'm biased because, like, duh, like, he's my husband, but there's been multiple of his partners that I'm like, oh, I didn't think that they would get eliminated when they did. Lauren's a great example, but it's like, you know, the scores, number one, were low. That can happen. But also, if people aren't voting for you, it's like, well, who knows? Or they're voting for somebody who doesn't have like this great dance experience, and then they could win the show. Like, I thought Andy for a second was going to make the final.
Yeah, no, I feel like this season we really learned how important it is to vote. Like, I mean, you've heard it every week.
I've been trying to tell everybody, like you got to vote.
It's actually crazy, like, how much, I mean, Andy is the perfect example. Like, the fact that he has been on the show for as long as he did. Like,
quarterfinals. Crazy. Like, insane.
I mean, I feel like it was cool, though. Like, some of my friends were like, okay, we need to just, like, move on. Like, it's great. It's cute. But I think it was cool that he did get to stay on for that long because you really got to see someone who really had zero dance, anything. Like, obviously, he was, like, low on the leaderboard, so I could say that, but like he just did not, like, it wasn't natural for him. It wasn't there.
Yes.
And it was cool to see, like, to his final week, like, he was actually like really moving.
Oh
and,
my
like,
gosh, he got so good. I was genuinely impressed.
It was like, really cool to see. Like, I feel like we got to see, because there is like a lot of the people on the season, like, actually, like, they have natural rhythm and like they understand, but like we were able to really see like what the show can do to someone that has no dance experience, no natural like rhythm to them. So I feel like it was really cool.
Yeah, it's always interesting to, again, hear the public's perception of it, because being married to Brandon, I like obviously have my own thoughts and opinions about it.
Yeah.
And I used to be really salty when they would get really good dancers on the show, because I'm like, how's anyone supposed to compete with someone with like all of this dance training? And then Brandon got Chandler last season, and it was his first season that I've been around that he had a really good dancer. He had, do you know Tinashe, the singer? That was his first partner ever when he first became a pro. She was unreal. Like, I think they got a perfect score, or like maybe not a perfect score, but scored really high really early. And she ended up getting eliminated really early. But anyway, all that to be said, Chandler was a great dancer. And I'm like, wait, it's really important to have all levels of like difficulty on the show, because you need the person that doesn't have dance experience. You need the one that does have dance experience, and then a bunch in between, or else everyone's storylines are going to be the same. People want a good story from it. So it's fun to see people like Andy and like what they decide to do with it. Plus social media plays like a huge part in it.
Oh yeah. No, I feel like they've finally, like, production has finally like really realized that there is like something to, because I feel like a lot of Hollywood was kind of like this with social media for a bit, because like there's celebrities and there's influencers, and it's like this and that social media is its own thing, like Hollywood and celebrities is this other thing, but I feel like there is a way for them to merge together.
Yes.
And I think that's really been evident this season specifically.
Yes,
well, I mean, it's slowly honestly been a thing since I feel like Brylee came on, and it was like that also I feel like was kind of the first season they introduced like influencer type
contestants. Yeah, they've definitely blurred the lines, and it's been fun to see the contestants too that maybe did come from like the acting space.
Yeah.
And they come on to Dancing with Stars and they're like, "Oh, I don't do TikTok." And then like a week goes by and they're like, "Wait, everyone's doing TikTok and it looks really fun. Like we should do it."
Yeah.
And it's so fun for the audience because it's like more content that they get during the week separate from Dancing with Stars, which I mean, I love.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah.
Ollie gets that the relationship we have with our dogs goes way beyond just being pets. They're genuinely part of our family. My girls are such a huge part of my life, and like any other dog parent, I want them healthy, happy, and genuinely excited about what they're eating. So making sure that they're getting real high quality food just feels like the bare minimum. And because they're smart, like too smart, I can't get anything past them. So wanting better for them, I switched to Ollie. They make fresh protein-packed meals using real human-grade ingredients, and everything is slow cooked for optimal nutrition. It's food that actually looks like food, which I appreciate. And the girls make it very clear that they approve. The quality was the biggest selling point for me. These are human-grade recipes developed with vet nutritionists and culinary experts, and even the pickiest of eaters get excited. Ollie also personalizes everything. They build a custom meal plan based on your dog's age, breed, activity, all their specific needs. Everything arrives pre-portioned in clean, easy packaging, plus you get a scoop and a pup tainer so your fridge doesn't immediately smell like dog food. Since switching to Ollie, both my girls have had better digestion, more consistent energy, and shinier coats. Your dog's well-being starts with their food, and that's why Ollie delivers fresh, human-grade food that your dog will love. Head to ollie.com/squeeze, tell them all about your dog, and use code SQUEEZE to get 60% off your welcome kit when you subscribe today. Plus, they offer a happiness guarantee on the first box, so if you're not completely satisfied, you'll get your money back. That's ollie.com/squeeze and enter code SQUEEZE to get 60% off your first box. Trust me, your dog will thank you for it. Can you think back to a time, maybe multiple times, where therapy would have made a huge difference? Maybe moments of burnout, stress piling up, or just feeling completely overwhelmed? But every time you try to get help, actually finding a therapist who takes your insurance has felt impossible. It shouldn't be that complicated. And Rula is one of the first services I've seen that genuinely fixes that. Most online therapy platforms don't take insurance at all, which means you end up paying out of pocket or locked into an expensive monthly subscription. Rula does it differently. They partner with over 100 insurance plans, bringing the average copay down to around $15 per session, sometimes even as low as $0, depending on your benefits. It's real therapy with licensed professionals actually covered by insurance. What I really appreciate is how personalized the whole experience is. Instead of matching you with the first available therapist and hoping for the best, Rula takes your goals, preferences, and background, all things that actually matter to you, and gives you a curated list of in-network therapists who are a true fit, because the right therapist really makes all of the difference. And unlike other platforms where you join a waitlist and hear back weeks later, Rula makes it easy to find someone who's accepting new patients immediately with appointments available as soon as tomorrow. They also stay with you through the process, checking in, helping you schedule, and making sure that the care you're getting is actually helping you move forward. Thousands of people are already using Rula to get affordable, high-quality therapy that's actually covered by insurance. Visit rula.com/squeeze to get started. After you sign up, you'll be asked how you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them that we sent you. That's rula.com/squeeze. You deserve mental health care that works with you, not against your budget. The Skims Fits Everybody collection has completely changed the way I feel about everyday intimates. The whole line is designed with this insanely soft, stretchy fabric that adapts to your body and stays comfortable all day. The underwear, the bralettes, everything has that smooth second skin feel that makes getting dressed so much easier. And the piece I've been wearing nonstop is the Fits Everybody Triangle Bralette. Finding a bra that's actually comfortable is usually impossible. They're either digging in too stiff or somehow sliding around while still being very restrictive. This one is the total opposite. It's soft, supportive, and genuinely effortless to wear. The fabric molds to your shape without any wires or hard seams, so you get that natural lift without that I need to rip this off the second I get home feeling. It moves with you, it doesn't pinch, and half the time I forget I'm honestly wearing it. It's the most comfortable everyday bra that I own, and it still makes me feel put together. Shop Skims Fits Everybody collection at skims.com. After you place your order, be sure to let them know that we sent you select podcasts in the survey and choose our show from the drop-down menu. And if you're looking for the perfect gifts for everyone on your list, the Skims Holiday Shop is now open at skims.com. Did you grow up dancing?
Yeah, I did. I did. I never did ballroom though. Like that, like you grew up dancing, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you do ballroom?
No.
Okay, so you understand.
Yeah.
It is like its own thing. And that's the other thing when like celebrities have dance experience but they've never done ballroom and people get upset. I'm like, guys, ballroom dance is literally insane. But yeah, for me personally, I grew up doing competition dance my whole life. So like ballet, jazz, hip hop, the whole 9 yards besides tap and ballroom. I did that till I was like 14.
Okay.
And then I did high school cheer and dance company. And then I did a college dance team for a semester. And then at that point, I was like, I think I'm done. Yeah. I never thought I'd be like in the dance world again. And then here we are.
Yeah. Do you miss it at all?
It's funny because like I didn't think that I would miss dance because it was so much of my life and I loved it. But when I was done, I was like pretty ready to move on.
Yeah.
And then obviously I meet Brandon and like that is like a huge aspect of our lives.
Yeah.
And a lot of our friends are from that world and we're just so encapsulated in it that like I do miss it now more than ever. Like I remember what it felt like to perform and to be in front of an audience and like just where my love came from with dance. And I miss it in that sense. Yeah. So I'm like, maybe I need to take like a ballet class. Should we? Like an adult ballet? Let's do it.
I will go with you. I went to my first live show last season.
Okay.
And which I've literally watched the show my whole life. Like my Nana, I watched it with her when it first came out and she was like, you need to be like the dancer on the show. I was like, Nana, I don't do ballroom. I can't be the dancer. So now hopefully one day I'll get to be the star. And
I'm campaigning.
Full circle.
I'm campaigning. We need to get on. We need all the Brandon.
We need all the help we can get.
The dances would go crazy. The TikToks would go crazy.
Absolutely, they would. But when I went to the live show, I literally was like, I came home and I was like, hun, I need to perform. Like I have to find something to do. Like that was my favorite part of dancing was like being on, like I love being on stage. I love like making people feel something. So I was like, I need to do something. And he's like, well, you don't sing, so you can't do Broadway. And I was like, I gotta find something.
You're like, well, there's gotta be in between somewhere.
I gotta get those singing lessons going.
Man. Would you do it? Like if you took singing lessons, like would you go get like try and be on Broadway?
Absolutely.
Okay, I'll be there. Front row. Cheer you on.
Literally love to do it. And it's so funny because Taylor hates anything live. Like he long time ago did SNL and he was like it was the best experience and the worst experience because he was so terrified and literally was just like crapping his pants the entire time because he like gets so nervous with live stuff. And it's intimidating when you're with like all of these funny people who like 100%. Do it for a living. And we like if we've done like speaking things on stage and stuff, I'm like frolicking and just so happy. And he's like, no, this isn't fun. Even we just had a mental health summit a couple months ago and we were like hosting it and leading the conversations. It was basically just like this. And he got so nervous before it started. And I was oh my gosh.
You're like, wait a minute.
I know. I was like, it's just so funny that the actual like actor of the two of us is the one that gets nervous.
Yeah, maybe it's just because it's just such a different thing that he's used to because what he usually does is scripted and like he can rehearse and retake and redo. But live, like, I don't know how they do it. That's like the one thing when people ask me like, would you ever do the show? And I'm like, well, if Dancing with the Stars calls, like you have to pick up. Yeah. Like 100%. But also doing it live, like you have to be built different to do that. So I don't blame him for being a little nervy.
A little nerve. Yeah. I know. It's so cool that it is. Like I honestly think that was probably one of my first like live tapings. I think it maybe went to American Idol when I was like 8. But like this was my first like live thing because we don't get it live over here. So okay, let's talk about how did you and Brandon meet?
Oh my gosh, it's funny. I feel like if you were to ask him, it would be like 2 different stories.
Oh, okay.
But I'm gonna out him.
Okay.
Sorry, babe. Love you. So he slid into my DMs.
Okay.
Modern day romance. We love to see it. But I think every time I tell the story, people are like, okay, but how did he find your Instagram. Like, that's so random because he was a pro on the show. I was just in Utah.
Okay.
College girl living my life. So it's kind of random.
Yeah.
But they have like this dating app in Utah. It's called Mutual. And
this is a Utah.
Yeah, like a Utah dating app.
Love?
I don't know. It's kind of cringe. But hey, everyone was on it at the time.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, I think it's like a similar to like Hinge because Hinge wasn't like really a thing back then.
Yeah.
So yeah, he and I were both on it, but like it was cool to be on it and just like put your Instagram on it, and then you would like message them on their Instagram because you wouldn't really want to be seen on this app. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think that's what happened. He was there. He happened to be in Utah in like the off season of filming of Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah.
Saw me, messaged me, and he said, "Hey, how are you?" I've never met him in my life. I'm like, what is this intro? Like, good, you? Like, hello?
Yeah.
So I literally was just like, good. Like, what's up? And then we just started chatting for a bit, and I guess the rest is history. And I tease him about it all the time, and he's like, well, it worked.
Oh
He
my
married
gosh.
me,
so he literally just like thought you were cute and just said,
yeah, I guess so. And then
Did you know who he was because of the show? Okay.
No, so he, in his bio, it said like Dancing with the Stars Pro. And I remember like looking at it and being like, who? Because like I had grown up being around the show in the sense of my mom was like a huge fan. And so I remember I would come home from dance and it would be on. And I remember Derek, Julianne, I always looked up to them because they're from Utah.
Yeah.
And Whitney and Lindsay.
Yeah.
And so I knew of them like pretty well. But then he comes on the scene and I'm like, okay, I don't think I've ever heard of this guy before, but he was super cute. So I screenshotted his profile, sent it to my mom, and I'm like, do you know who this is? Because I really was convinced, like, is he real?
Yeah.
Is he like joking with me here? And she was like, oh, he's so cute. You should go out with him. Like, he's awesome. And I'm like, okay, yeah. Like, I already thought that he seemed cute. I just needed to make sure, like,
he was like
this was real. Yeah. And so then, then after that, we went to the Cheesecake Factory for our first date.
Oh
and people, I guess it's so funny. I think it was like the New York Times or the Washington Post, like a year after we got married, like emailed us and they're like, we're writing a story on why the Cheesecake Factory is the worst place for a first date, and can we get your comment? And we were like, oh, like I didn't realize that like it's the worst place. Like we actually fell in love at the Cheesecake Factory. But yeah, the rest is history.
Oh
Here we
my
are.
gosh.
3 years later,
The
married.
Cheesecake Factory. I feel like that's a good date. They got
Well, in Utah, there's really not options. Like it's really only chains. Like that's it. The Cheesecake Factory. If you're going to the Cheesecake Factory, you're like going out.
They got a big menu.
Exactly. And I wrote back to the New York Post and I was like, the Cheesecake Factory is a great choice because number one, it's dark. So if they can't really see you too much.
Yeah.
It's a first date.
It's moody.
Yeah, it's moody. The menu's huge, so there will be options. You don't have to stress. Why would that be a bad place?
It's not. I'm gonna. Yeah, I don't.
We need your guys' opinions in the comments.
I don't like this. I disagree with that. Yeah. So how long did you guys date before you got engaged?
Before we got engaged, like a year.
Okay.
Which like in Utah time, that's like pretty standard.
And then you got married pretty quick after that?
Yeah, a year and a half.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I know. I like don't feel like that's crazy. It's funny because I was 24 when we got married.
Yeah.
And I remember growing up, my mom was like, I was so old when I got married. And I'm like, how old are you? She's like 24. I felt like a child bride. I didn't feel like that back then, but like now looking back, I'm like, oh yeah, that was pretty young. I have no regrets, but yeah.
Yeah. No, I got married. Was I 25 when I got married? Yeah. I was like the same.
Yeah. Okay.
As you.
Yeah. But, I mean, if it's working out, then you're doing something right. Yes.
If you know.
Yes.
Well, that's kind of nice that he was already on the show in the sense of you guys like navigating that was already like a part of your relationship.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because I always think about that. Taylor's done a few projects. He worked a little bit when we started dating. Then he's kind of taken a break the past few years, just mental health and whatnot.
For sure.
Kind of sorting it. But I'm so curious now. He will be going back to work. How that's going to be.
Yeah.
Because that's something we haven't had to like deal with
navigate
in a long time. Was that hard for you to like adjust to him? Did you guys do a season while he was out here or?
Yeah. So, When I met him, he was off season.
Okay.
And then we had been dating we were like dating from March to August by the time that he like got the call and moved down. So like it had been like a chunk of time, and he had kind of prepared me for like what it will look like because if people are aware with how the processes work with Dancing with the Stars, they basically could call you at any moment's notice and be like, we need you here tomorrow. We need you here in a month. Like, you don't really know what to expect. So I knew that sort of thing. But like, yeah, like as far as like how it was, is that what you're curious about? Like how it was like being with him? It was completely different than it is now, because not our relationship, but just like the show now is so much bigger than it was then. Like it still was really big, but back then, like, and even now, it's always been like me and Brandon, and he hasn't changed at all, but the show has changed. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Was it hard? Like, are you a person that needs attention in the sense of like, was it hard for you? Like, I know I could say for Taylor, like he needs like,
okay,
I could
like
go
relationship wise.
Yeah, relationship wise. Like I could go like a couple of days without talking to Taylor in the sense of like, I don't necessarily like need, like I know, like I don't need that, but he like needs
the validation or the
like he needs to talk. Yeah, he needs to be talking to me.
Yeah, it's definitely like a niche situation to be in, because ballroom dance is very intimate, and people all the time ask me that question, like, does this affect you? Like, it's almost like really sensual, and like they're not wearing very many clothes, and how do you feel about that? And I'm like, it's never really affected me in that way. Like, number one, I grew up a dancer, and so like, I think I come from a place of understanding, and I know Brandon's dated people in the past where it hasn't been that way. So it's been something important for him to find someone that's mature enough to handle it, but also can understand, because that doesn't fly for everyone, and that's totally okay. But I am somebody that can understand. But then as far as like our relationship goes during the season, we're still very close. Like at the end of the day, he's still coming home to me and being like, babe, watch this video. Like, what do you think? Is there anything in this that you think like I need to change or take out? Like, he values my opinion, which I'm like, I don't know why you value my opinion. I've never ballroom danced, but like, I think he just trusts me and I trust him. And so I don't think like either of us really, like, we need each other's attention and all of those things, but it doesn't affect us at the end of the day. Yeah.
That's good. Will he like come home and want to do like practice things with you?
Yes. Oh my gosh. It's so funny. Like he'll watch a video on YouTube or TikTok, and it will be some trick. And he's like, babe, if I have an Argentine tango, I just need to make sure I can do this. Stand up. We'll be on the couch just like this. I'm like watching a show, have food in my hand. And he's like, please, can you just really quick? And I'm like, right now, we're going to do this right now. It's like, I just got to make sure that I can do it, because I'm going to do it tomorrow. And I'm like, okay, let's do it. And then, it's funny because the number one question people ask us is like, do you guys just dance together like all the time? And I'm like, no, like at first, no, but now we actually do, because we do those trick videos.
I was just going to say the trick videos.
We actually have a lot of fun in that. Like before Brandon was like, I do not like social media. I can't do it. But now I think he's like enjoying it because of the trick video.
Yeah. I feel like he is slowly coming around to it. I definitely feel like he is like, not like ill, but he's like, it's not for me.
Oh yeah. He's been that way literally forever. It's the pain of my existence. I'm like, please. But yeah, that's like the whole reason that I got on social media, because he hated it. And it wasn't like, he didn't think that it wasn't cool or any of those feelings, but just it was so foreign, and he doesn't like doing things that feel forced, because he likes to be authentic.
Yeah.
And I think that's a great thing. But I was like, honey, unfortunately, we've got to do the nay. Like, we've got to get on this trend, because it's working.
Yeah.
Your colleagues are doing this, and it's like furthering them outside of the show, and I think you should get on it. And he just couldn't figure out a way that felt natural for him. So I'm like, okay.
It makes total sense.
Yes. And like, hey, any normal guy like probably isn't like nay-naying on the internet. Like he's like probably watching a YouTube video and like, I don't know, eating a hamburger. So like, I totally understand. But that's when I was like, you know what? I was already doing it for work at the time. I have a bachelor's degree in PR, but I was like working in marketing, doing TikToks for like this brand. And I was like, you know what? Like, I should try it from my point of view to show Brandon's personality.
Yeah.
Because the result of him not doing TikTok, people were kind of writing his story for him and being like, oh, we don't like Brandon because he's too cool to do these things, or he's rude, or just like these things that I'm like literally could not be further from the truth.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, let me get on the internet and start posting him from my point of view and see if maybe that works.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's worked so far. People have like really grown to love him because I'm showing the unfiltered point of view of Brandon and just like him at home in his element, just saying what he says. And as a result, people have grown to love him, but also like he's grown to love the internet and understand that there is a way that he can get involved that doesn't involve him doing things that like he feels weird doing.
Yeah.
And he's learned too that like being on the internet is silly. Yeah. Like you just gotta embrace it.
Yeah. I feel like that took Taylor a while too. Like he was kind of like he was not into social media for a little bit. And then once I finally downloaded TikTok, it took me a while. I downloaded it during COVID and then I deleted it. And then I re-downloaded it.
The story of all of our lives.
I know,
like,
a couple years later, because everyone was doing it. And I was like, this looks kind of fun. I was doing it with my friends on their TikToks. And I was like, this is kind of fun. So then I finally downloaded it. And now it's literally like, it's just so fun. It's so fun. It's so unserious. It's so like, I can be dumb and we can make, I just posted this like really sweet video I was so excited about for our anniversary. And it's like one of those ones that's like what he thought I saw when I said I do versus what I actually saw.
I saw this. So cute.
Everyone in the comments was like, I was waiting for you to troll him and for like you to put photos of Jacob. I was like, I can be nice too. I'm not just trolling my husband, which is 99% of the time. But it was
as it should be.
I was laughing because I love that is how that the internet really sees me. As
they know you.
Knows that about me is that I'm so
that means
unserious.
You're doing something right.
Yes.
Because then they're like, oh, we actually feel like we know who Tay is.
Yeah.
We know her personality and how she would act. So why isn't she trolling him? We're confused.
Yeah. No, I was like, I can make a sweet video every once in a while and you guys are just going to have to deal with it. How do you set, when it comes to social media, how do you set boundaries with like what you want to share? Because you're pretty open on the internet, but like, how have you kind of figured out what boundaries to set?
Yeah, I feel like that's something that I deal with still like every day, because I would say that we've been posting now on the internet for like 2 years seriously.
Yeah.
So it's pretty new. We just take it day by day, but I would say at the beginning it was definitely a lot harder to know like what to share and what not to share. And it's funny because at the beginning, it's like when you are introduced to hate for the first time that you're like, oh, if I say this thing, someone might not agree with that. And you have to learn like what you're willing to put out there.
Yeah.
So I think that that's kind of what I've learned is just like, you got to put it out there. And if you don't like how the perception is, then maybe stop sharing it, or that you just have to be okay with that people might not like everything you say and that's okay.
Yeah. How did it really affect you in the beginning? Hate?
Definitely. I feel like I am somebody that doesn't look for drama and doesn't find myself in those situations.
Yeah.
And like, I grew up with the same set of friends my whole life. And like, I don't know. So when I was posting online and getting feedback that was both positive, very positive, but also with any positive, there's going to be negative. I was like, I took it very seriously because I had never had that before in my life. But also it's interesting, and I'm sure that you know this too after being online for a while, that like you learn that it's not always like about you. Like it's not that deep. And over time I've just realized that like you can't complain when you like prayed for rain, or what is it when it poured? What's the quote when it's like you can't complain when it pours when you prayed for rain. I think that's how it goes. And so when I would be sad or complain that, I was getting this hate, I would realize that like, that means that something's working. Like we're putting in all of this effort and a lot of people are seeing it. And at the end of the day, there is these people that are sharing their opinions and they might not like it, but there's also all of these people that really enjoy the content, and that those people are the ones that keep you going and make you want to make content, but
okay, imagine this. It's freezing outside. You finally get to unwind. Your show or your book is waiting. And the moment you pull this blanket over you, your whole body just relaxes. This is exactly what our Lola blanket does to me. I am absolutely a blanket person, and this one has completely changed the game, and nothing else compares now. It's the first thing I grab the second I sit down on the couch. The first time I felt a Lola blanket, I was actually in complete shock at how unbelievably soft this blanket is. It's like a luxe hotel robe mixed with a fluffy cloud, and it instantly makes any room feel more inviting. It's not just something to snuggle under, it actually elevates your space. You can toss it over a sofa or the foot of a bed, and it makes the whole room look cozier and more intentional. It has officially become my go-to gift, especially during this holiday season, because there is always that one impossible to shop for person, and a Lola blanket works for literally anyone. Family, friends, hosts, in-laws, coworkers, even someone you barely know, but you want to impress. It's one of those gifts that gets the "wait, where did you get this from?" reaction. Give the gift of softness this holiday season with Lola blankets. For a limited time, our listeners are getting a huge 40% off their entire order at lolablankets.com by using code SQUEEZE at checkout. Head to lolablankets.com and use code SQUEEZE for 40% off. After you purchase, they will ask you where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them that we sent you. When things get hectic, dinner is usually the first to go. You either forget to eat, grab something that doesn't make you feel great, or fall back on the same 3 meals over and over again. That's why Tempo has become my go-to. Fresh, balanced meals that actually taste good and take almost no effort. No skipping dinner, no emergency drive-thrus, and no hour-long kitchen cleanups. On nights when recordings run late or my schedule just completely derails, Tempo genuinely saves me. Everything arrives fresh and fully cooked. Portions are perfect, and dinner is ready in about 2 minutes. It's real food, fast, without the planning, the grocery list, or the "what am I even going to make tonight" meltdown. Tempo sends chef-designed, dietitian-approved meals right to your door. Each dish is portioned for a full lunch or dinner and heats up in just minutes. So you get something satisfying without resorting to the sad desk lunch or late-night takeout regret. And you never get bored. They have 20 new recipes every week, all made with nutrient-rich ingredients and a lot of variety. You can stack meals for the work week, save a couple for chaotic nights, or mix and match depending on how you're feeling. And as the holidays creep in and everyone's schedules get fuller, events, travel, all the chaos, Tempo makes it so much easier to stay grounded and actually eat well. For a limited time, Tempo is offering our listeners 60% off your first box. Go to tempomeals.com/squeeze. That's tempomeals.com/squeeze for 60% off your first box. tempomeals.com/squeeze. Rules and restrictions may apply.
Also, I will say, I feel like at the beginning, I was posting things that I thought people would want to see, very much like day in the life of a Dancing with Stars wife, which kind of makes me cringe now because I'm like, I just thought that like it was clickbaity and people would watch it, and people's perceptions of me were like, oh, she's a clout chaser or a wag, and maybe you can relate to this, that people kind of just assume that when you marry somebody that is in the public image and you are like a normal person. But yeah, so I would say that on my part was something that I learned, that it's okay to share more personal things about myself and not just what you think people want to hear. People actually want to get to know me now, which is fun, and not just this thing that I'm connected to, which is like my husband on this TV show that people love. They've grown to love Brandon and I and me outside of all of that. So it's been really fun.
No, that's special. I mean, it makes sense, especially if you come from like PR, like that, you know, that background, like that makes sense for your brain to do that. But I feel like that's so cool that people, because I've been feeling this personally as well. Like when people want to know me, like for myself, not the wife of a famous person, is like really sweet. Because I feel like recently I've been not running into the problem. I even feel silly saying it, but I feel like people can like relate to it, whether it's their relationship or their job or some identifier in their life, but like always just being known as Taylor's wife. And he knows this, and he is like my number one supporter in this campaign, quote unquote, of me trying to separate myself from him in the sense of like, no, actually, I'm my own individual. I have worked my butt off to make this podcast what it is. I've worked my butt off with my social media. Like, obviously, I'm not shying over the fact that I have his name and I am married to someone famous.
Yeah.
But that doesn't negate all of the hard work and time and effort and tears and sweat I've put into building, you know, my platforms and my name. So that's like something I'm like battling, and I feel like it's God is just like laughing at me half the time because I'm like trying to separate myself from my name. Like, because we literally have the same name now. Like, it's just, I feel like it's just like this
that's
funny,
true. I didn't
like,
think about that.
Joke of life. But have you dealt with that at all? Like,
yes,
figuring out like who you, I mean, not figuring out who you are, but really like establishing who you are outside of your husband.
I feel like that I've always been somebody who is pretty confident in who I am. I feel like I did get married pretty young, but at that point in time, like I had graduated college and made a name for myself so far. I mean, as much as you can at 24 years old.
Yeah.
But I never felt as challenged as to like who I am and who I wanted to be and who I thought I was until I started posting on the internet.
Yeah.
Because of exactly what you were saying, just being perceived a certain way that it kind of makes you be like, wait, who am I? And like, who do I want to be? But yeah, I feel like it's people like you and Allison Cooch. She's like somebody that I used to, or I still watch. I love her. But like back then when I was thinking about posting, I watched her a lot. And those types of people like gave me the courage to post because it's such a niche situation. And I never want to sit here and complain. Like, I'm so lucky. I love my husband. I married him because I love my husband, not because he's Brandon from Dancing with the Stars, for crying out loud. Like, who cares? Like, that is the thing that matters the least at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But it's just like been a really interesting thing to navigate, and not a lot of people can relate to it. Yeah. And so like hearing people like you be like, I'm trying to figure out who I am separate from my husband. That's something that I haven't really thought about until this year, being like, oh, people want to know me outside of my husband. Maybe I should let them get to know me. Like, it's actually not a bad thing at the end of the day that people care.
Yeah. It's cool because I feel like we're really, not that we haven't been, but I feel like the females in careers, like wives in careers, like have really, not because of social media, but I think social media plays a huge role. Like, I know so many women who are influencers and their husbands are retired and, you know, they're the breadwinner and they, you know, it's really cool that I feel like women now really are making a name for themselves. And I think that's something that this generation is like, oh, well, who am I? Like outside of it, because it's like, it's your page. It's your, like, there's a lot more like individual stuff now. And it's really cool. And I know Brandon is probably the same way as Taylor. Like he gets upset when people like try to do something with me and attach him to it. He's like, no, like have her by herself. Like, it's sweet because when I first wanted to start growing my platform and doing more stuff, I was like, I won't do it if that makes him feel uncomfortable or unwanted or anything, because at the end of the day, we'll literally, if Taylor's uncomfortable, obviously within reason, people, like I would quit everything because he's my main priority. Like that my marriage is what comes first in my life. And it's really sweet to have someone that really just like is my number one hype man, like going to the Stranger Things premiere. He's like, oh yeah. And it's just like being so like sweet. And it's really cool to have a husband that.
No, 100%. And yeah, going back on that, I just feel like having people like you guys that have been in the space for a lot longer and are in a similar relationship and career path, that I can watch you guys and be like, okay, so this is what's worked and this is what hasn't worked. And I can take that and put it into our relationship, because I feel like it's so new and like, it's not even, I shouldn't even say our relationship, because our relationship is great, but it's just like figuring out what we want to share, what we want to do, where we want to take this, and bringing everyone with us on the journey.
I know. And you never know like the dynamic to like, I think a lot of the reasons why maybe like celebrity couples fail, or why sometimes people when there's fame introduced to one party in the couple, that can sometimes not be fun for the other person, and then that could definitely like lead to something. But it's really cool to be in a relationship where both successes and whatever it is are celebrated by the other, and it's not like a tit for tat. Oh, you're doing this.
I could not imagine. Like Brandon is similar to Taylor, where like when I first started really working as like a creator, influencer, whatever you want to call me, and I'm, getting brand deals and we're standing with management and things like that. Like he always makes jokes. He's like, oh, I'm going to retire early. Like my girl,
literally,
she's taken off. Like she's running the house. If you were to ask him, he'd be like, oh, Bry, like she's wearing the pants here. Like she's going places. So yeah.
Absolutely. Teamwork. I'm curious, what's something that people may not know about your life or marriage from social media? Something maybe like an assumption that you think people have.
Ooh, an assumption that they might not know. I feel like I got to think about this. I don't know. That's a really good question, because I feel like the things that we show are a lot of kind of BTS of our dynamic and our relationship that I really feel like it's really authentic. Like everything that we post is exactly what's happening in the home. So something that people wouldn't know about us, I don't know. I genuinely am like, what you see is what you get. Like Brandon and I goofing around, that is not for the camera. That is, we would be acting like that if the camera was off, tripod is down. Yeah. We're just having a silly goose time.
I love it.
Yeah.
I feel like I've been getting one recently that I've been trying to, I mean, it's fine, but my close friends know that like I don't really like speak in group settings.
Okay.
Like in the sense of which is so funny because I feel like I swung. I'm an only child and I grew up like just loud, love being center of attention, right?
Yeah.
Center of attention.
Wait, now it's sounding weird. The more you say it, I'm scared. I'm like, wait.
Yeah. It feels weird. But I feel like I swung in adulthood, and I'll have like my 5 close friends over and I'm just quiet. I'm just like listening, not because I'm upset or anything. I'm just like everyone else is talking, so I'm just listening. Yeah. Especially if some of my friends talk a lot and they know who they are. There's just I'm not going to try to like compete over, like I'm just listening, and when I talk, I'll talk. And we recently have been getting people, we went to Disney World and we had our guide that was with us for like 3 days, and we went with some of our best friends, and one of them, he's like just like chatty, making conversation, makes everyone feel so loved, and he's like, what did you think about our group? Like, was Taylor as nice? Like, did you think he was gonna be mean? What did you like? Just like asking like dumb questions. And she's like, I actually thought Tay was gonna be a lot more outgoing, but she's really quiet. And that's just like been this thing that follows me around, and I'm just like, I'm accepting it. So that's something I've been learning recently, is I'm like, I feel like I did like this random swing. Like I'm so fun and I love to have a good time, but I'm just like quiet. Yeah. And people that don't, observer. Yeah. I've learned that people that don't know me sometimes are like intimidated by it, or like think I'm like, I have an attitude, and I'm like, no, I literally just like, I'm just existing and probably thinking 15 thoughts in my head. Yes. And trying to sort those.
Yes. Okay. Well, that made me think of one actually. Okay. So because Brandon and I do a lot of social media together, and I'll make jokes that like I'm his wifeager. Like we have a manager, but it's really like me. She'll come to me and be like, Brandon needs to do this. And I'll go to him and be like,
always.
Yes. Because like he's got 1,000,001 things going on, especially during the season, that like it is my job to do the social media part, and I'm glad to do it. But there's like this thing that people think I live in his back pocket. Like they'll be like, oh, like Brylee just controls his rehearsal and like follows him around and whatever. I'm like, guys, I've probably been to maybe less than 10 of his rehearsals in like the 4 years that I've been with him. Like I definitely am the person that I'm the most supportive that I can be. Like I am his number one cheerleader and fan. If I wasn't, I wouldn't be on social media trying to get people to vote for him every week. Yeah. But like, I also don't want to be that person that like It's just like trying too hard or like putting themselves in situations that I don't need to. Like I want Brandon to be able to like shine on his own and it's his own career, even though behind the scenes I'm campaigning for him, sure.
Yeah.
But like I want him to have his own thing, kind of like what you said before. Like I want him to have his own thing and be confident in what he's doing and know that I'm at home cheering him on, but like we are completely different like when it comes to our workplace. But it's just funny where people kind of come up with these ideas. I'm like, I don't know. I would feel super uncomfortable if I was just sitting in the corner. I'm like, Lauren and Chandler or Lauren and Brandon 10 more times. Let's do it.
You're like, the foot was flexed.
Maybe with the social media, I'll be texting them and being like, hey, you guys should do a TikTok. I had this idea. You don't have to do it. Like, it won't hurt my feelings. That's more my personality. Like, it won't hurt my feelings if you don't do this, but here's my idea. Like, I want to be the most, like, out of the way. That is my nightmare, to be the one just taking up space in the room. Yeah. That's why I've never gone on tour with them. Because I don't want to just, like, be in the way. Like, why would I be there? I get that. You know?
No, that's valid.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
An interesting dynamic.
Yeah. And respect to you for that. And being, like, one, aware of that, but also, like, not, you know, wanting that for your husband too. Wanting him to have his own time and his own space.
Yeah, the last thing I would want him to feel is like suffocated, which like I know if he could have it, like he's always like the reasons I have gone before is because again, he'll be like, can you please just come watch this? Like I'm stressed. I just need eyes. Like I just need eyes on it. And I'm like, sure, like I would love to come and give my unsolicited, I guess it's solicited because he wants it, but like to me, I'm like, what does my opinion mean? Yeah. But that is the only time that like I'll go and give a little bit of my advice, I guess, for what it's worth.
I love it. How are you mental health wise when you're struggling? Do you tend to be open with people? Do you tend to keep it in? How do you?
I feel like I keep it in for sure. I think the only person that I would talk to is Brandon. Like I'm an open book with him and like he knows when I'm having a rough go. Yeah. This man, I feel like has just these senses, like spidey senses. If I'm sleeping and I were to open my eye, like peek it open, he would wake up and be like, what's wrong? Like he just knows. Yeah. And so the same goes for when like mental health wise, if I'm, you know, just maybe acting different, I might not even feel like I am, but he can just tell. Yeah. He'll automatically pick my brain and be like, let's get to the root of like, what's making you feel this way? What can we do to fix it? Yeah. And that always makes me feel better. But I'm not really one that likes to like be negative. Even on my page, like I don't like to be like, I'm having this problem because I always feel like too that my problems are very surface level and people don't want to hear it, you know? And I think that's fair. There's way worse things going on in the world than like the day that I'm having. So I don't really like to bring it out. But to Brandon, I can complain to him about literally anything, and he's the best.
No, that's special. Yeah. What do you do for self-care wise? What are like
self-care? That's a good
if
question.
you're feeling burnt out, run down, a lot going on in the head, what self-care tools do you use? Is it like working out? Is it massage? Like what does it go to for you?
Yeah, I do like a workout. I love like a hot Pilates class. Like this is my perfect day. If I was like having my perfect mental health day, we wake up at like a reasonable time, like 8 or 9, like a little bit of a sleep in. Yeah. Then we go to hot Pilates. We come home. We hang out or go shop with Brandon. Yeah. Then we go see a movie. I love a movie. Okay. And then dinner. Or dinner, then a movie. Yeah. That's it. Just chill off my phone. Yeah. Just kind of out of the house. Yeah. I like to like do things because I'm at home a lot because of my job. I'm editing emails, whatever. So that would probably. Yeah.
Are you like going to the movies?
I love going to the movies. Brandon and I are big movie people.
We just got back into going. There's a cute theater out here that has like the reclining chairs.
Oh, yes. And oh, my gosh. There's so many theaters here that don't have reclining chairs. I'm like, what are we doing?
We got to get it together.
Yes.
No, I love that. I feel like I'm going to do a little like phone detox here. And like literally just, I think I'm gonna like weekends. I need to be. It's hard because sometimes during the week it's so busy, and then like a Saturday I'll be on my laptop for like 6 hours and finally like sorting podcast guests, returning email, whatever it is. Like I'll finally have the time to do that. But I really have been. I also have like so many texts I haven't responded to. So I think I'm just like subconsciously I'm like keeping it over there and it's making me more stressed. So I need to like sit down for 20 minutes and just respond to everyone and then lock it away for like a day and not look at it.
I don't know if you're this way, but I am criminally a bad texter because of that. I'll be like, oh, I have so many of these messages, and then they just sit there because I know they're there, and then it takes me forever to respond.
Yeah. I think it's because like our brains aren't like all of, obviously like social media, you know, in its own right is not healthy for long periods at a time for us. But even just being able to text, hey, how are you? Like the short, not the mean nothing conversation, because I think it's important to check in with your friends, but it's so easy to get a hold of people. Like we're not meant to be that easy to get a hold of.
Yeah.
But it's so like, it's everyone can just be like, hey, how are you? What's this? Oh, I loved it. Like it's just, there's so many like little conversations that our brains aren't used to being able to like be contacted all the time.
Yes.
I think there's something there because I feel like we focus a lot on social media, but I think the do not disturb option is really more helpful than we realize.
Yes. Do you ever like wonder where we're going, like with social media and stuff? Like I'm scared.
I was just talking to Taylor about that the other day. Wait, I can't remember how it came up, but that's what I was saying. Because we're on the iPhone 17. I was like, what is iPhone 32 going to look like?
It's
like,
not it's just in our brain. It's like a piece
Taylor's
of metal.
like, it's going to be like a little hologram that like pops up. Like how much more is there to do before it is like, you know, the thing that they show in the movies of the stuff?
I'm scared. I don't like to think about it too much because I'm already like, we have so much that we're doing.
Yeah. I know.
You know?
I guess we'll see.
I mean, it's benefited us. Yeah. Like, it's become a job for us. But it is just like, as a society, it's like, whoa, this is...
Yeah. I know. I'm very curious. We'll have to look back to this interview and see.
I know. Do we need to make a prediction?
Where it takes us? Yeah. I'll like bury it in a time capsule.
When are we having a flying car? I feel like that we've been saying that for like how many generations and we still don't have it. Yeah. So I'm ready to teleport that one. That's what I want. I'm ready.
Oh, yeah. I can't even wrap my brain around it. Last question before I let you go. I'd love to know what you're most proud of yourself for.
Ooh, what am I most proud of? Yeah, no, I would say getting on social media and sticking with it because like I said at the beginning, it was really hard to just navigate where I was going with it amidst all the feedback and things like that. And I'm proud that I was able to stick with it and find something that was positive and that people really seem to enjoy and I also enjoy. Yeah. And it's also something that I can do with my husband that we both love and that it's benefited our lives so much. So I'm really proud that I was able to build that. Yeah.
I love that. Well, thanks for coming and chatting. And
thanks for having with me. I always get like nervous to do these podcasts. I'm like so just like a girl from Utah, just like a little chatty yappy gal. So
you crushed it.
Thanks.
10 out of 10.
I did my best.
Remember to vote for Brandon next season.
I know. I would tell you guys to vote. He's not in the competition. I'll forgive you guys for that one later.
You'll just have to follow Brylee and then she'll remind you.
Yes.
Next season.
Yes, exactly.